piece, as well as setting up my music box for Picada.
And what was the temp that you put it on? I have a convection oven, so what should it be?
350 is fine.
Okay. And so if it wasn't convection, it'd be 375 in any other circumstance?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to compensate for that air moving around, but it'll still cook it just fine with the 350 conventional oven.
And are you putting any like breathing marks in it with a fork or just letting it as is?
I'm just putting it in like it is.
Did you wash them or no?
Yeah, I washed them and then patted them dry.
Okay. I apologize for asking questions I may never heard. I'm here now though.
All good. I appreciate
All right.
the question.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Chef, I'm here.
Is that?
Oh, it's Robert.
Sorry. Yeah, heard. I got you. Sorry, I was talking with it on mute this whole time. Sorry. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, no problem.
You all right, Bella?
Oh, Cameron. Okay, I have no Evan. No Chardon.
Chef, I'm going to be rejoining by my computer, so I might be off for like 5 seconds.
Heard that. Eric. No Eric. Isaac, I just saw you join. If you can make sure you post your pictures and all of that in the folder, I would appreciate that. And Ryan. Is there a Ryan? Ooh,
That's what I call an echo.
why was that an echo?
Because I might.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, no worries,
My
Robert.
computer and I was making sure I was connected by both. So
No worries.
yeah. Now I'm disconnected from my
It's all good.
all right.
I was kind
I'm
of
just making sure everybody's here.
Well,
Where
next
did
time you
echo?
really want to make something sound like it's really important, that voice echo made it sound very important.
Yep. Hey, but Chef, I had a heater last night.
Hey, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yep.
Very nice.
I'm moving up in this world. Teresa.
Yeah. Looks like we don't have any capers.
So- Oh, no capers?
Yeah, looks like the wrong stuff is on here.
Mm,
Always something, Jeff.
you got that right.
We got. So yeah, I'm. Once I get to a hurry up and wait position, which I'm pretty much there, because I'm waiting on my oven to get to 350 degrees, then I'll pop my potatoes in there. It's gonna take a while for them to come out, and I've got my mise en place set up. Really, I mean, it's easy stuff for my gnocchi. I'm gonna start going through, just so you're aware and everyone online is aware, I'm gonna start going through all of the recipes for today, tomorrow, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so that I can make sure everything is here and there's no confusion whenever we take things home for Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Chef Cliff, if you have some downtime during this, yesterday's photos and everything are posted.
Yeah, I got you. I'll take care of it in just
And
a
then
few minutes.
I did half of the day that my dad was in his first surgery. So
Heard that. I'll take care of it. Just give me about 10 minutes and I'll start looking at it.
all right, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I did not. Yeah, there's not supposed to be anyone here, but I have walked in and like the burners are dirty and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe somebody sneaked in here. I have too. Same boat there. Yeah, so what I always do right here. We have to take it over to K2 has a can opener. What's it for? Yeah, it's probably for the Alicia Bamia in Africa. We don't have to worry about that today. You have a can opener at your home? Yeah, no worries. You're good. Oh, your paper. Why does this one have paper? That one doesn't. It's not right. Okay. Oh no. What does it say on top? A? Probably almond extract. Blue should be red. I don't know either.
Hey, chefs, I just cut myself. I'm still here though.
I'm sorry, man. Are you okay?
Yeah, I didn't need that fingernail.
Oh, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all good. It's all good. I've had worse.
Yeah. When you play with knives, you're gonna get cut one of these days, just like anything else.
You have sugar on your yeah. Okay.
Hey, Chef Scott, did you rub like the russets and olive oil or anything, or just wash them and let it be?
I washed them, patted them dry, put them in the oven.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Simple, simple, simple.
And chef, what is the 2 ounces of blended oil?
Is that for the piccata?
That or it might have been for the piccata and for the
Gotcha.
gnocchi, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, honestly, I would just use canola oil. And we'll finish it with whole butter.
Thank you, chefs.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Mr. Roberts, or John, thank you. I saw them. Your pictures, thank you.
Thank you, Chef. I have half of the pictures. I can send those
Yeah.
for the day before, but I just still have the chorizo to make, basically.
I gotcha. All right.
Okay. I'll send them. Actually, I'll do it right now. The ones that I have.
You know what? Just do it when you're done. You know, don't
Okay.
worry about it right now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
It's
Chef.
not a big deal because I'm not gonna have time to look at it right now anyway. Cool.
Thank you for your patience, Chef. Thank you.
No worries, man. It's all good. Man, I don't know what's going on with my dog. She's just wanting to play today.
Dogs will be dogs.
Come on. Come on. There she is. Come on, Maple. Maple, look. Say hello.
No, there's vanilla extract on there too. Should have a V. Yeah. Plan. You just have to use the fresh pasta.
Chef, I need to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
That, chef. Yeah, I've probably watched the Grinch about 20 times already. The old one? Right? No, the newer one with Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh, yeah. Eli loves that one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Great, great one right there. So it looks like the capers are for today and for tomorrow. no more sink. Hopefully no more sink. Hear about that? Yeah, there was a parade for Trump a couple months ago. Several boats sunk. Fair enough. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. Oh, really? Yep. Good. I don't blame you. I can understand arguments on both sides.
Hey, Chef, quick question.
Yeah.
Are we just making the poolish today to make the focaccia tomorrow, or are we doing the whole dough today and then making focaccia tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, just the foolish today, and it's equal parts water and bread flour by weight, and then maybe a teaspoon of instant yeast.
All right, Chef, thank you so much.
Yep.
Just wanted to double check.
Yeah, thank you.
Chef, I also had a question for the potatoes. I don't have like a potato ricer or anything that can get them like super fine.
Let's see. Neither do I. I'm just going to use a whisk and kind of crush them up as best as I can.
Kind of like how we make potato puree.
Yeah, and just like potato puree, you don't really want to overwork them, and you don't want to work with them when they're cold. So as soon as they come out, I'm putting on several layers of gloves, scooping them out, and then just gently mashing them with the end of a whisk.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Chef.
You got it.
And I'm sorry about the confusion today, Chef. I thought I'd talk to you yesterday about that stuff.
No. That's not your fault. That was my fault. I just forgot.
Okay, no worries.
Good.
But so far, so good, I think. My dad's getting tested tomorrow for sure, so.
Heard that. Yeah. Thanks for staying conscious. I don't know. This one I grabbed doesn't have a lot of stuff on. A lot. Yeah, go through whatever you need. Good. Okay, I am gonna talk to storeroom.
All right, I'm back. Sorry for the.
Oh, no worries, Chef. I'm gonna go talk to the storeroom.
Heard that.
About-
Go take care of your business. I'll be here.
BRB. You need
Heard
anything?
that.
Like, look at this, look at this. There's like a ton of stuff that wasn't even on my cart that I have to steal from like 5 other carts. This is so sad. Like, seriously. What the hell, that was quick.
Government mask shield.
Okay, Hey, Chef Cliff, I have a question actually.
Yeah, what's up? Talk to me.
So there's this thing in a bag. It's like plastic. I don't know what it is.
That's probably
Oh,
a
that's
gel-
gelatin. That's gelatin sheet.
Okay, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, I think that's for the panna cotta. And I think it's the recipe. I can't remember how many it calls for. I think maybe 2.
I mean, you need 6
Depends
grams
how much
total.
you're making too.
What, Robert, what did you say?
You need 6 grams of gelatin total.
Oh, 6 grams. That might actually be 5 of those sheets, 4 or 5.
Yeah, there's just like a lot of stuff that wasn't on my cart that I have to steal from other
Yeah.
carts. So this is kind of full. I got everything. We'll see as I go. Oh, like Chef's knife. It's so cool.
If y'all need me, just yell at me. I'm right here.
Thank you, Chef.
Of course.
I think we're doing a pretty okie dokie all right. I got my potatoes in
Good.
the oven and the panna cotta's already shown in the fridge overnight.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome.
All right, I'm back, but now I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Need anything, Bella?
You
So
just don't
that,
want to hang out with us. I see how it is.
Hey, good morning, good morning. You got one thing? Just that. Well, yeah. I'll be right back to take my, get my clothes on. Okay, thank you, sir. my potatoes are probably another 10, maybe 15 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna go through, chop my parsley, get my kind of mise en place station set up for piccata. Maybe even pound some chicken breast and have it waiting to dredge and get in the pan last minute. That'll just be waiting on me. I'm saving these stems for the parsley because I'm also doing a chicken stock as well. So are you gonna get your potatoes in the oven soon? Yeah. You gotta cook them? Okay. The only thing I would say about that is it adds water content. I mean, did you already peel them? Yeah, so you'll have to cook them in water at that point. Oh, and also you always start potatoes in cold water.
Cold water?
Always cold water with potatoes.
Like, boil them, like, put them in cold water?
Always bring them up in cold water.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. So should I put it in or we put it in?
That's what I'm saying. You always start in cold water.
Oh, okay.
Water. almost always, well, I have always baked my potatoes just because it evaporates that water and keeps higher starch content, which is what you want. So if you're boiling them, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, but today we're just doing the pre-ferment. We're not actually making the focaccia today. Just the pre-ferment, and the recipe says the Polish.
Chef,
Yeah.
Yes, what's up? Yes,
for the pina colada, it says bloom. Let the milk and the gelatin bloom. So should we This is my first time making it. So do we mix it or just let it rest, or I'm not.
You like mix the gelatin in with the milk and let it sit for like 15 minutes.
Okay,
So-
thank you, Robert.
It just means you allow it to soak up a liquid. So you would keep that milk cold, bloom your gelatin in that cold milk, and after it's bloomed for 20 minutes or so, you can mix it in with your hot cream by tempering it into it.
Okay, chef. So we just let it cool, and then we heat the cream and the honey and the vanilla extract, and we add it together.
Yeah, exactly. So the gelatin, you would just put in the cold milk, let it sit. While that's sitting, then you would heat up your cream with your sugar, honey, and vanilla. And when that gets hot, it says 185 degrees. So really, you don't need it to come to a boil. Then you would whisk that into your blue gelatin milk mixture.
Okay, thank you, chef. I'll be right back, Chef. I'm just gonna go to the restroom.
Okay, okay. Get it. Yeah. So it says coolest 150 grams pre-ferment dough. So that's what we're making today and resting overnight. And then
So,
tomorrow we mix all these ingredients together and go through the 12-step process.
so pre-fermented dough, that's like an ingredient? Okay.
Yeah, so a coolish, a mother, a biga, a starter, all of these things are pre-fermented. And a foolish is equal parts by weight water and bread flour with a little bit of yeast in it. And then you let
So
it
water,
sit.
bread flour, and a little bit of yeast and let it sit.
That's it.
That's a foolish.
That's a foolish. That's a pre-ferment.
So just that and then leave it.
That's it.
So
Oh, I
now,
guess that one, huh?
isn't Biga just equal parts water and flour? Just no yeast?
That's correct.
Okay, that's the only difference between Biga and Polish. Okay, I was
Put it in a storage container. Yeah.
Yes, that is. Robert, did you freeze? I think you froze up. Oh, yeah, you did.
Okay. Saute station is set up for my piccata except for pounding my chicken. And my station is set up for my gnocchi. I'm about to start getting that stuff ready because my potatoes are about out of the oven. Remember, I want to work with it when it's hot. My gnocchi, I need to work with when it's hot. You know, gnocchi is it's a dough, you know, kind of like pasta dough. Um, it'll depend on the moisture content of my potatoes. It'll depend on the humidity in the air with how much moisture content I have in my flour. It'll depend on how big my eggs are, right? And so I'm going to be more of kind of feeling it more than sticking exactly to this recipe. But basically, gnocchi, high starch, potatoes, evaporate as much water as you can out of those cooked potatoes, salt, bread flour, eggs. That is what a potato gnocchi consists of. You want it nice and soft, but not so soft and tacky that it's sticking to the table. I'll show you what I'm going for here. So can I. So can anyone. Don't be sorry. All right. I'll start my gnocchi. No, I'm not doing a demo. Teaspoon. You just mix it in a mixing bowl all together, straight dough method. All right, my potatoes just came out of the oven. Nice and hot. I'm just gonna cut them in half. I'm going, as fast as I can here, because I want to keep that warm. It's a cold day. What you gotta do, Bella? Got my super fancy spoon. Start scooping this stuff out. Into my mixing bowl. So I can then, I don't know if you can see this. So I can then mash it. But I don't have a good ricer either. Just scooping it out. Real nice and hot. Trying not to, like, you know, cut into the skin. I just want the meat of the potato. You see, it's really dry. That's what I want. I want a nice dry potato. Not very much moisture content. That's why I baked it. Woo! A little warm. A little warm. Okay. Not trying to overwork this stuff. Just getting it to where it's nice and airy and you know, like it's been riced, even though I haven't put it through a ricer. I don't want to just be mixing like crazy and make it gummy. Still want it nice and airy and fluffy. Good. Because it's so cold, I even popped this mixing bowl in the oven for a minute. Not really, for 30 seconds, just to make sure that's warm too, and I'm not cooling it down too fast. But again, it's cool outside. These vents are really bringing in some cold air. You gotta do gnocchi when it's warm. And not mixing it like crazy. Making sure it's light and airy and fluffy. Taking it and kind of mashing it. One more time, I think I'll be good. Okay. I don't wanna work it anymore. That's all I'm doing. Let bread flour down. Still nice and hot. Create a little well, just like pasta. I'll do an egg. And an egg yolk, because I love me some egg yolk. Okay. More red flour on top. I like a little pepper. Good amount of salt. I Didn't have any salt when I baked it. That's it. Salt, pepper, egg, flour, potatoes. Yeah, still nice and warm. Bench scraper would be awesome for this. Still really, really soft, tacky. Oh, I know it needs more flour. I want it to just kind of come together. Again, I'm not mixing it like crazy. Kind of making sure it's incorporated. Still pretty wet. Oh, I'm gonna get my kind of trash knife so I can. I got quite a bit sticking to the table right now, so I'm thinking I don't have a bench scraper. I need to invest in one, so I'm just using the knife that I just have to kind of beat up.
Hey, Chef, if you look in that drawer, I probably have one. You could probably have.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'll check on that.
Yeah, if I have one, you're more than welcome to have it, man.
Thank you, Jeff. You're too kind.
Of course. No worries, man.
Still warm. This whole thing is still nice and warm. What do you got in the oven? Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Still pretty moist. I think I'm about there though. See, I'm not like crazy mashing this stuff. I'm gently kind of folding it, pressing it, just until that flour incorporates. Still warm to the touch. Pretty good. One more little roll in the flour. Should be all right. Start forming it. Two is fine, yeah. I think I used 3. Yeah. And I mean, maybe even an egg plus an egg yolk would be good. Okay. Put that off to the side. Put a little plastic wrap on top. Do whatever I can to keep that heat in there. So, I don't know if y'all can see it, but my little finger, keeps that indentation. It's not springing back. good, which means that gluten content, there's not too much gluten in there and it's not very worked. And I'm not using my palms and I'm not using my fingertips. I'm spreading my fingers out and kind of using my whole finger, my whole area to stretch it out into a snake. If I need more flour as I'm going, that's fine. Okay. Now I'm going to just cut them into relative size. Roll them into little balls. Still working as fast as I can here. I still have two loads that I may need to get into. And they make these things called gnocchi boards. That's another thing I don't have. Maybe I can find a fork and utilize that. Although I don't know if there's even a fork in there. My mise en place is not ready, y'all. I don't see a fork. I'm gonna have to find something real quick. I want some ridges on these gnocchi. Be right back.
Heard that, Chef.
Hey, Chef Cliff.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry. I just got my pictures uploaded from yesterday for.
All right, no worries. Thank you. I'll look at it in just a couple minutes.
All right. So I'm gonna show you all what I'm doing here. Got a pan with some parchment on it. I've got the back of a fork. I'm taking these little balls that I made. I'm rolling it across the back of the fork straight onto my parchment. Just trying to get those ridges formed on my gnocchi from that fork. These are a little big. So I think my next batch I'll got them a little bit smaller that first time. So the Italians, you know, are very well known for creating pastas that have ridges and crevices and little areas for sauce to catch. Gnocchi is no different. Again, there's a thing called a gnocchi board, basically just a wooden paddle that has ridges going across it. You would just roll it down that paddle, just like I'm doing with the back of the fork here. These are still super, super soft, so that's why I'm rolling it straight onto this parchment. I don't want to be moving it, messing with it, you know, all that stuff, and messing with the shape that I've created, especially those ridges. If I touch it, those ridges go away a little bit. My water is about ready for blanching.
So no, I just want to double check. It was okay for me to go ahead and make the brown butter with sage, right?
What?
It was okay for me to already make my butter and have it ready.
Brown butter and sage?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, but don't try and get a Maillard reaction on your gnocchi with that. It'll turn black by the time you get a GBD on the gnocchi.
Right.
So you could, like, you know, get a GBD on your gnocchi with some canola oil, and then if you have any excess oil in there, drain it off, and then finish it with that brown butter and sage.
Okay, I was just double checking that it was all right for me to go ahead and have it ready while I'm playing the waiting game for my potatoes. Because I've got all my
Yeah, just again, you know, you'll have to finish the brown gnocchi with it, like almost toss it in with the brown gnocchi.
Right.
Good. Yeah. Sometimes I gotta learn the hard way. Exactly. There's one in there. See how time consuming this process is. A lot of manual labor here to create some gnocchi.
I'll be back. I have to use the bathroom. Now this gnocchi is just soft enough that, it's not sticking to my fork, but it's still really soft. Honestly, I want it kind of as soft as possible. Not filled with a bunch of high gluten flour, but just enough to hold it together, especially when it cooks. If you drop it in your water and it's kind of falling apart in the water, probably didn't have enough flour and or egg product in there. So right now, if they get cold on this tray after they're formed, I'm good with that. I'm not going to be working on it anymore. I'm not going to be working any gluten content or kind of turning the starch into a paste. So it's fine if they get cold right here. But as I was working with it, that's when I really wanted to make sure it's still kind of warm. And this one's still not as warm, but still has a little warm touch to it. Once they're formed, you could honestly keep them in the cooler if you wanted to.
Hey, Chef, when you're blanching these, did you want the salt in the water or just straight water?
I put a little salt in there, yeah.
Yeah, about half inch. Yeah, it depends on the thickness of the roll. And I can already tell you have way too much flour in there. I mean, it's mostly potatoes, you know what I mean? Okay, my last little bit of rolling the balls. I'm gonna make sure my water is nice and boiling. Not boily, boily. So that when I pick up this parchment paper and drop all these in, it hits some boiling water. Yeah, I put a little salt in there. Yeah, pasta or dumpling. I mean, you could treat it like that, yeah. Honestly, I probably should have used the full sheet pan for the amount that I have here because it's going to be awkward picking this much up with the parchment. Probably lose a little bit of the shape that I have on some of them. Or done 2 half sheet pans. That would have been good too. My water is boiling there. I'll try and be as delicate as I can with this. They're pretty. Should have put it on, less on that paper. Definitely gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna be delicate, drop them in. I don't want to punch them up and then they all just barely lose their shape. Just being really, really delicate. Delicate as I can. Still gonna lose a little bit of that shape because I'm grabbing onto it. But I'm doing what I can to keep that shape. I'm not just grabbing a handful, being real gentle with each one. And maybe when I get a little bit less of a load on this parchment, pick it up like I want it to. Really, I'm just looking for this stuff to, it'll float when it's done. I can tell they're not falling apart in the water. That's good. That's what I want. Now I can pick up my parts and just gently lower them in. Like, well, nothing's floating yet. Oh, there's some floating to the top, starting to. So once they're all floating, I'll just take them out, put them on a sheet pan with some good olive oil, cool them down. Not quite there yet. And I'm not going to take this spider and jam it in there. I'm just going to be gentle and kind of just agitate them from the bottom a little bit. So, you know, I'm making sure they're not sticking to the bottom or, you know, maybe even sticking together. Yeah, so I don't have any kind of starch or cloudiness going into the water. That's good. That's what I want. Means I have enough egg product in there to hold everything together. They feel really nice when I, you know, kind of bump them with this spider, nice and firm. You saw how soft the dough was, so I think I did a pretty good job here. Gently agitating them. Start grabbing the ones off the top. Okay. Nice looking gnocchi here. Turn it around. Put some nice olive oil on there. And cool them down. Gently make sure they're nice and coated. And I'm not going crazy. I'm being gentle with them still. I can still see the nice ridges that I made. It turned out pretty all right. Chef, what do you think?
I think that looks beautiful.
Go on.
That looks what I call sexy.
All right, that's waiting for my pickup. I'm gonna clean up my station. And maybe think about preparing my coolish and my panna cotta, and then I'll pick up everything. What? Let's look at it. Yeah, like what? Yeah, it would be better five. It'll take a while, right? Probably 45 minutes. Yeah, about. I believe in you. You're learning from this, right? Yes, Dad, I am. That's the most important thing, though. So I'll tell you what, first time I did, you know, did before I also. Took me 5 times. Yeah, to get decent gnocchi, let alone good gnocchi. Cleaning her up, cleaning her up. Easy does it. So now my gnocchi is hurry up and wait. My piccata, still need to pound the chicken, but my saute station is ready besides that. I'm gonna get my panna cotta blooming and heating up the cream, honey, and sugar, vanilla. While that's heating up and blooming, I'm gonna get my mise en place together for my poulish. I'm doing about, the recipe calls for 150 grams of poulish. So just to kind of give myself a little wiggle room, I'll do 100 grams of water and 100 grams of flour, bread flour, and then maybe a teaspoon of yeast. Oh, chef, my chicken stock is smelling really nice. Really nice.
I love a good chicken stock. I love walking in the mornings
Yeah.
and smelling that chicken stock.
Okay. Panna cotta. 1/2 cups milk. Oh, that's so cool. So tired of it. Oh, it's the beginning. Oh. Got a double back here. Probably do more than enough.
mine whole, so I would maybe like put a little oil on the outside, upside down. Canola, yeah. There we go. Got my gelatin in there. Put my milk on top of that. I'm gonna come over in the next few minutes and just kind of make sure that every little piece is there. I broke it in half. Now they're completely submerged. That's what I want. And I know it says 6 grams of gelatin on the recipe, and that's for gelatin powder. They gave us gelatin sheets here. And whenever I've done panna cotta, it's always been about 7 sheets per quart. But I only have 6. There we go. There we go. Got that bloom. I'm gonna get my stuff warming up in the pot. Cream, honey, sugar, vanilla. Grams of sugar. So if they're cut in half, check them in 20, see how they're doing. Yeah, they'll probably won't be done, but since you cut them in half, they may be. Yeah. I just squeeze it, and if there's not much give to it, you know, it's not firm. Yeah. All right. I love breakfast tacos. All right, so my gelatin is blooming. Look, you can already see it changing. And it turned kind of snotty when it's ready. Probably has another 5 minutes in there. And then I've got my cream, sugar, vanilla extract, and honey in here. I'm just going to bring it up to about 185 degrees, so I don't want it to start boiling. I really just want that sugar to dissolve. That's all I'm looking for.
that's going, I'm gonna measure out my flour and water. I put my vanilla extract in with the cream. Saucepan would be best, and I'm not even bringing it to a boil. It's at 185 degrees in the recipe. I really just want the sugar to dissolve. That's all I want. No, gelatin and milk is swimming in here. Yeah. Correct. Heavy cream, sugar, honey, vanilla.
Hey, Chef, gone so long. I had an important phone call. My sister called with some bad news.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So I want you to see my foolish equal parts by weight, bread, flour, and water. I put, a teaspoon of yeast in there. You can see how loose it is. This is not like your mother or a biga is even a little bit thicker. This foolish you want pretty thin and moist like that.
Say that again? Well, I mean, it's basically, well, where does gelatin come from? Bone. Yeah, and so it's basically like just isolated gelatin that's been dehydrated, essentially. And instead of breaking it up into granules, they lay it out into sheets. Same thing, but it doesn't, like, you can't weigh six grams and say, okay, that's how much I need. It doesn't transfer that way from powder to sheet. Okay, so my foolish, my teeth and something like, may not be big enough. Just gonna start grabbing some yeast is gonna start eating that starch from the flour. The two main byproducts of that are alcohol and CO2. Now, CO2 is gas. So it's going to, one, expand the fluid. And two, whenever I open this up tomorrow or look at it tomorrow, it's going to have a really, really strong alcohol-y smell. So it's creating alcohol as one of the two main byproducts.
Chef, are you going to have a special recipe that you want them to do for the pasta, or are you going to want them to do what's on the portal? Because it says 200 grams of flour and 2 eggs.
You know, I don't know if it says semolina or not, but I'm just going to use straight bread flour.
It just says flour.
Yeah, we're going to use bread flour for that.
Heard.
And
I mean, it call in. I just want you to. It calls for the recipe that's on the portal. It says 2 egg yolk. Or let's see. Hold on a second. It says 200 grams of flour and 2 whole eggs and 2 yolks. What's this? Are we making raviolis or something?
I mean, I like mine pretty egg yolky.
Do what?
I like mine pretty egg yolky. But that does seem like a lot.
Yeah, that's like 2 whole eggs plus 2 yolks. That just seems like excessive.
I'll probably take that down to maybe 1 egg and an egg yolk.
Yeah, 1 egg yolk and a Scotia water probably.
Yeah, that's it. Salt.
Yeah. Heard.
I got some duck eggs for my dad a while back. Could I use those in the recipe?
Yeah, of course, that would even be better, man. It just makes it richer, and the color. I mean, yeah, I mean, for sure.
Right on.
That's all. That would be great.
So y'all on my foolish, I'm just gonna barely put a lid on top. I don't want it tight. I'm gonna rest the lid on top because that CO2 is gonna create gases. Especially if y'all are using a glass like a mason jar, be very, very careful. You don't want that tight fitting lid on there. Say it again. The powdered will, the sheets will look like this. Yeah. Oh, keep it like that. Yeah. That's what we're going for. Again, I'm just taking this lid, placing it on top. Set it, forget it. And my cream is coming to, starting to steam pretty well, but check out my gelatin piece now. Looks kind of slimy, soft. That's what we want with these sheets. Yeah. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of heat to really make sure it's dissolved. Okay. Oh, my cream smells amazing. It's nice and hot. I know my sugar is dissolved because I gave it just a little taste. Smells awesome. Now watch, I'm just gonna kind of temper it into my cold milk. Whisking, put a little bit in there. Whisk it, a little bit more, whisk it. And you'll see that gelatin will just completely dissolve.
And I was telling them yesterday, it's very important to make sure that gelatin is dissolved completely.
I definitely don't feel anything left now. I really don't like these aluminum ones. Alright, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I want it to cool almost like at an angle. So it gets a cool kind of look to it when it cools down. See what I can figure out. Always. No, what I care about is that it's all together and hot, right? Not just like, here's one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, glad you asked. Yeah, see if I can work on a little presentation maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I those too. I just don't like the look of them. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, and I mean, that's fine. That's no big deal. I've got a little setup here. I'm going to see if this works, but maybe it won't. We'll see. Okay, he's going to cooler now. Now I can start focusing on picking up my hot items.
I'll tell you what, getting these ridges on the gnocchi is a pain in the butt.
Takes a little time, doesn't it?
What's that, Chef?
Takes a little time, doesn't it?
It takes some practice too. I've never done this before.
What are you using to do it? I also, I've rolled it down. Use a fork is great. A fork is good too. Yeah.
All right. I don't want you to either. I don't want you to either. All right, start pounding my chicken breast, my picata. Got it in a Ziploc bag. You can use plastic underneath and on top. Usually I found these Ziploc bags to be a little bit tougher. Just trying to get it even as possible, you know, a quarter of an inch all the way across, kind of like maybe a touch thinner, but I don't want it paper thin. It's thin enough that when I sear it in a pan, by the time I get a brown on either side, it's cooked.
Hey, Chef, this gnocchi, is this supposed to feel like regular pasta?
No, it should be like a dumpling or like a dough, kind of a more of a dough type.
It literally feels like I just tossed a whole bunch of flour and some mashed potatoes.
So
I
you
would,
need a touch more flour.
Okay.
yeah, that's my suggestion. And just work it a little bit more because you got to create that gluten.
Not the best chicken breast. Not the best. Yeah. Good. Check my piccata and gnocchi recipes one more time. Yeah. Remember, after I cut them in half, I roll them up, roll them on the back and forth.
Hey, Chef. So what is the toy that our gift, like Christmas gift, that's hot for your child's age range right now? Or is there anything that you're gonna?
I mean, I'm gonna get him a tiny little toy yellow school bus because he loves
Nice,
yellow buses.
nice,
He loves it.
nice.
Like he knows what time it is every morning, so he brings he holds my hand and we go out to the front yard. So because he knows when school buses are coming,
Uh-huh.
and then they always honk for him, and he loves it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Pretty
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, but
I just don't know. I mean, how old is he?
he's just over 2, 20,
Yeah.
26 months.
Okay. All right. So I guess it hasn't gotten to that point just quite yet.
No.
Yeah. And are you the only? Is that the only child in your family right now, or only grandchild?
No, my sister has 2 kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm late to the game.
Hey Robert, that looks good. Let me see.
Like that? Isn't that what we're looking for? That it doesn't raise back so the gluten's not completely activated?
Yeah. That looks about right. What do you think, Chef?
1 second.
I think that looks pretty good. Is it like not mealy? Is it is it a kind of doughy, like real?
Yeah, no, it's a lot more doughy than it was a second
Okay,
ago.
yeah. And then you're gonna roll it out into like a snake kind of consistency.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Yeah, that looks good.
Thank you, chefs. Very
Yeah.
patient.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's good. done. Okay, y'all. Probably about ready to start my sauteing. I've got 2 items set up for saute. I've got my chicken piccata, which I have pounded out the chicken. I'm gonna dredge it in salt and flour after I season it with salt and pepper. And I've got everything for the sauce over here. So I'm gonna sear it in a little canola oil and a touch of butter that I've used up. Once I sear it, I'll add, take it out, set it to the side, the seared chicken. Then I'll add in a touch of stock, chicken stock, reduce that a little bit, finish it with capers, lemon juice, and then very last second, chopped parsley, and then I'll even zest a little lemon zest right on top. And then as far as the brown butter sage, you know what I gotta do for that? Chicken sage, that'd be important. Or a brown butter sage sauce, makes sense. I'm gonna have 2 pans going at the same time.
You mean you're going to be multitasking?
Cheers, right? All right, there I fixed some sage, and I did some garlic, Goodfellas style right here. Super, super thin. All right, I'm gonna get 2 pans hot. While my pans are getting hot, I'm gonna season and dredge my chicken. Where I season way up high. Sorry. All right. That's a good thing. Seasoning each side. Nice and liberally, but I'm not too crazy, right? I know these are pounded relatively thin. See, I'm not right up next to it when I'm seasoning. I'm at least a foot away. Flour action. Off any excess. More flour. All right, that one's ready for pan. All right. Take you over. Two pans are nice and hot. First, I'm going to get a good Maillard reaction on my gnocchi. I want a nice good DVD on it. That's a bit much. What? Just a little bit, barely. Yeah. This one's hotter, I can tell. I see smoke coming off of that. Don't really want to overcrowd the pan. Just want one kind of single layer. Looks like maybe I'll have 2 batches of this gnocchi.
Wait, so you're not boiling that?
Chef, what kind of oil did you use? Was that canola or olive on those?
Just canola right now.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Just canola right now.
Okay, gotcha.
That looks pretty good. Back get a good color on it, let it sit a little bit. Now my other pan, ready for some chicken. I'm gonna put in more oil. Because I'm adding this other side. I don't think that would have been enough oil. The flour really soaked things up.
So are we boiling the gnocchi or no?
Yeah, I already blanched it and stocked it.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just double checking.
So you get good color on them. We got pretty much full flames right now. So my chicken isn't sticking. A little bit of my gnocchi is. Just a little agitation kind of loosens it up. I'm about there on this batch.
Chef, should the dough ball look like this in a way, like this?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Alrighty. Like I was like, am I doing this right?
No, that looks good.
A little mixing bowl for now. Chicken. Up there. Quite so. Got that on full flame.
Can we roll it out like this, Chef? And
Yeah, that maybe a little skinnier.
yeah, of course. And then cut it into tiny little pieces.
Yeah, into like what I said, like tater tot size, kind of like if you can look and see what Chef has in his pan, but like tater tot size.
Okay. Thank you, Chef.
Chef, I'll be right back.
Okay. Got a good color on my chicken. My second batch of gnocchi is going.
So Chef, on the gnocchi, are we just browning them?
Sorry.
On the gnocchi, are we just browning them?
Yeah. So once they're brown and have that Maillard reaction that I'm looking for, I'm gonna make the sage brown butter in there. And toss them back in. Trying to be as gentle as I can here. So to my piccata pan, I'm going to put in a little chicken stock. Let that reduce. I got my nice color on my gnocchi, kind of waiting for my brown butter. My sauce is starting to reduce to my piccata. I've got my seared chicken in the oven right now. Put in some butter to that pan. I'll let it get to a nice brown butter state. While it's browning, I'll put in my sage here in a moment. I'll throw my Goodfellas garlic. Salt. Pepper. I'll put some salt in my reduced stock to the piccata also. So my butter is kind of going to foam up first, and then kind of go down. That foam will dissipate, and that's when I'll be getting into the brown butter stage. I'm just making sure those leaves are kind of evenly toasting, as well as my garlic that I have in there. I can already smell that butter starting to brown. It's getting too dark. Garlic is pretty much perfectly toasted. Oh my God, that smells incredible.
I bet it does. Making my stomach growl right now.
Why what? Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, honestly, I love peanut butter and jellies. I love, simple things. I'm a big sandwich guy for sure. Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. Love peanut butter and jelly. Oh man, that's a good one. Ruben is real good.
Chef, that looks amazing.
I think it turned out pretty all right. All right, chicken's coming out of the oven. I know it's cooked through. Put the pork over there. Good. Maybe ask Mr. Barber what happened to it. It's over there somewhere. I put it over there. It's taking a little longer than I wanted, but my plate's still nice and hot. The gnocchi is still nice and hot. Almost getting to where I want it. I'm gonna finish this off. I want quite a bit of lemon in here. It's a very lemon acid forward sauce. I did a full lemon. That's a juicy one too. Gonna put my capers in there. Got my plate in a hot area, a warm area at least. I'm not going to put it on a cold plate. So just that chicken stock reducing is really starting to get to a sauce consistency. Almost there. This is kind of critical, especially when I'm on the burr. I want to really keep my eye on it, not take it too long. Almost there. About 20 more seconds and I'll finish it. Yeah, I'm there. Turning off the heat. It's not boiling.
Oh my God, Chef, that looks so good.
wanted to, I could have added in a little garlic and shallot before I put in my chicken stock. That'd be good there too. Butter is incorporated. Thing. It's not parsley. Right, plate. Oh yeah. Plate's still nice and warm. Get the gnocchi. Usually, like when you're going for something crispy, and you don't want to put sauce on top, but that's what this dish is. And in French, they call it fricassee. And then it's sauce. Last little minute, I always do a little bit of nice lemon zest. I'm getting just the beautiful yellow zest. I don't want any of that white bit. Chicken piccata, brown butter sage gnocchi.
Wow. Yeah, is this water?
Yeah.
Oh, can I use this?
Absolutely.
Oh, I figured out a solution. I fixed it with my knife.
Okay. Made it happen.
Great. Rainbow cake. Oh,
Yeah, that gnocchi's pretty good, Chef.
that sounds really good.
Again, I'm talking with it muted. I'm saying, stop it, please, man. You're hurting my feelings over here.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Oh yeah.
my feeling, I have one feeling, you know what? One, and my feeling is hurt now. Thanks to you.
That's what I'm here for, Chef.
Yeah, thank you.
How you doing? So, Bella, just FYI, you know, kind of, obviously, the class is the street, but at street, so there was that honor. You got this. A mallet? Okay, where I put it, but it's back there.
Hey, Chef, you there?
Yeah, what's up? Oh, wow. Look at that. Gnocchi. Nice.
I know they're not exactly uniform and everything, but I'll
No, but that looks great. Your chicken looks awesome. You got a little color on it. That's good. You know, maybe always try to get a little more color, because you always want that golden brown look, but that looks amazing. Good job.
It's just because I have a bunch of nonstick pans.
Yeah, that's great. Great job.
Robert, can I see that your gnocchi again?
Not the greatest.
It's good. Looks good.
Okay, I see.
All right, I'm gonna go try down real fast.
Heard.
That's the worst. It's a $1 million idea right there.
Chef, do you want us to saute like a little bit of the gnocchi? If I'm saying that correctly.
Yes, I want you to saute it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Chef.
Bella's running around like a madman, chef.
You're doing great. Oh, Bella is?
Yeah. Panna is starting to set, chef. It looks real nice.
Nice. I like to hear that. Hey, how did Chef August do? I haven't talked to him about it.
He seems to be doing all right. I see him every Tuesday and Wednesday.
No, like how did he do on that test?
Oh, he didn't say anything
Okay.
to me.
Yeah, he didn't say anything to me either. All
Hey,
right.
let me reach out to him.
Chef, I'm ready to present two of my dishes.
What you got, Leroy? Let me see it.
Let me move the camera. My paña cotta. If you can see it, I can't.
Ah,
There we go.
but yeah.
I added too much vanilla extract. That's why it's so.
Ah,
And here's
gotcha.
my
Gnocchi.
gnocchi. That's what it was.
Oh, look at that. Just watch out. It got a little dark on some of the edges, but it looked really good. Looks like you got some good browning on it. Good job.
That crispy touch, that little
Yeah,
extra.
great job.
Thank you, Chef.
Chef, I'm going to step away for 1 second before you leave, okay?
How you doing, Bella? Nice color.
I'm back. Hey, Chef, why don't you have a good day, man? You can, if you want to, you can just kind of work with, or I guess you're going to have to be there anyway for your next class, right?
Yeah, and I already let Chef Gary know that, I mean, I'll log on and start recording, but I'll be in and out for the first hour, and then I have that fire drill, so
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think he's gonna kind of handle the first hour, hour and a half, but I'm gonna record it.
Heard.
Yeah, anyone have any questions about today, or, you know, the processes or techniques or flavor profiles, anything like that?
None here, but I do have a comment. Yeah, this is another keeper in the line of recipes here at this house.
And these 3 days in Italy, all of them are keepers, y'all. It's ridiculously delicious. I love Italian food. Well, I'm glad you found some more keepers there, Mr. Carlos. That's important. Good for the family, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Well, let's see. We got tomorrow and Saturday still. And we got our 1-day weekend, Chef. Should be good.
Oh, yeah. Be awesome.
It's completely full already, my day off.
Oh, mine is so full. I've
Can't
got to go ahead.
I was just saying, sometimes you can't win, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, chefs, I went ahead and posted those photos. Unfortunately, this didn't last very long, so.
Heard. I will pull it up right now. Thank you very much.
Heard that.
Mm. Hold on 1 second. Something's binging. Whoa, is that the TV downstairs? Oh.
Is that?
Sorry, Chef, did you ask me something?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Listen, I mean, obviously, you changed your mind. I know you're angry. I want to fix this. Whatever it takes, we'll talk and we'll fix this. Until then, just.
That would be awesome.
Sleep it. And then call me. Be safe. How's it going?
Fireplace, the door jamb, instruction plate. What you say? Hey, do you want separate keys for locks, or do you want just one working both?
No key. Same exact keys as before.
It's just usually with a break, people like to get new keys.
Any locks. Old keys have to work here. Okay? Good. Good.
from? Tired? Been there. Story of my last 10 years. Chef, if you can hear me, I'm probably going to step off and hop onto my next class here in a second.
I can hear you and it sounds good.
All right, Chef. Everyone,
Have a great day.
wonderful day.
I'll-
Thank you so much.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Sure will, y'all. Bella says
Bye, Bella.
See y'all.
Bye. And guys, I'll give you all about five or so minutes and I'll go over the only couple of recipes that we have. There's not many recipes that we have tomorrow. So how about 5 minutes and we'll get started? Good?
Good.
Cool.
Sounds good, Chef.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, chef.
Rock and roll. So let me, but we're only doing, there's only 2 items that we're really doing, really kind of finishing up one extra. So you're doing, well, here, let me share my screen real quick. So you've got, so tomorrow, oh, wrong day. All right.
Day 18, I think, Chef.
Yep, sorry. So you're gonna spaghetti puttanesca, and then you got focaccia. You're finishing up your focaccia. Your panna cotta is gonna be already done and made, just like Leroy's. His panna cotta was done and made. So just keep it for tomorrow. And so you're really not needing to do anything about the panna cotta other than just remove it from the container. And you know, if you want to make a coulis or something like that, you know, whatever floats your boat. But you got focaccia. All you're going to do is, you know, finish up that dough and then put the herbs and oil on top. And then the pasta dough, like Chef was saying, and let me pull it up. Here you go. It basically 200 grams are flour, salt. This says egg yolks and eggs. I think that's so excessive. I think 1 egg to flour and a Scotia salt, and that's kind of it. And you knead it until it's done. I think he said bread flour. I think he was going to use, you know, any of that sort of stuff. You know, you could do he doesn't like, you know, the semolina, 100% semolina, and that's fine. You know, that's his thought, you know, but you just need to rehydrate. You need to hydrate it well enough. You need to work it well enough, and it'll get smooth. But it just it's a labor of love, and it depends on where you're at in the region of Italy, of what kind of flour, what kind of combination of flours or whatever else. So, but it's basically flour, egg, and a Scotia water. You need some water. You need a little bit of moisture in there because you don't want, you know, you want the egg, but you don't want, you need to, and my suggestion is, you know, you know, 1 whole egg is about fine. You know, I wouldn't go any more than that, you know, for the amount that you're making. Any questions on that? You need to knead it. It needs to be kneaded until it changes kind of colors. Until it firms up. You want to cut. My suggestion is cut in the middle and look at a cross section. If it's nice and smooth looking on the inside of it, then it should be good. But it should be kind of almost tough to handle at first. Then you're going to flatten it out. Wrap it in plastic. I do not put it in the fridge. Please, please do not put it in the fridge. If you do that, it's going to cool it off and warm it up, right? Or I'm sorry, cool it off and it'll firm it up a little bit. Then, so you're going to, once you do need it or get it, you're going to have to overwork it because it's been sitting in the fridge. Only time I let it sit in the fridge is if I make it the day before and I need to, and you want to take it out kind of early enough so where it warms up, so where you're not having to overwork it to get it. But you know, then you roll it out to the desired thinness, or and then you cut it. Be liberal on your flour when you dust it for cutting, just so where it doesn't stick to each other. Always have boiling salted water going. And ladies and gentlemen, please do not throw all your pasta in the water at first and then cross your fingers that it's going to work or whatever else. Maybe, put a little bit in the water, cook it and decide and make sure it's salty enough for you, all of that. And that helps you decide on how long it takes to cook. So then you can kind of time that, cooking, because I don't want to cook the pasta too early, because fresh pasta takes 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute to cook, not long at all. So you want to make sure let's have fresh pasta. Let's don't cook it and store it and reheat it until later. I mean, if you're going to have fresh pasta, let's go ahead and have cooked fresh pasta. Questions, problems, concerns on that?
Not here, Chef.
All right, heard. And then let's talk about the puttanesca. All right, so we've got for the sauce. So obviously you need pasta. The last two things would be cooking this pasta. So I would have a pot of water going, right? Because your focaccia is going to be done, right? You should have that already almost done and already ready for you to plate up. The panna cotta is going to be done because you already made that today and letting that sit and cool. And then you're going to, if you want to make some sort of coulis or some sort of sauce with your panna cotta or get a little fruit, put it with your panna cotta, that's fine. But the last two things would be cooking your pasta and making your puttanesca. I would start basically I would have my raw pasta sitting kind of right beside me, and I would start making the puttanesca a little bit. I would heat in a pan, some oil, add my garlic, anchovies, add everything, kind of add my tomatoes, add my olives, add kind of everything all kind of in there. And then I would cook my pasta. And then right when my pasta is going out of the water, I don't need to shake off all of that water. My pasta can be a little wet. And I throw it in that mixture, and then it says to just add a little pasta with a little bit of the water, where and you can kind of adjust it and kind of garnish it and all of that. You just kind of want a little bit to kind of thicken it up a little bit. It kind of gives it a little body to it. Does that make sense? And then you garnish with a finely chopped parsley, or if we were at the school, I would take the parsley, or I'm sorry, not parsley, I meant to say basil, but I would take a basil leaf and actually deep fry it, and it kind of gets this translucent kind of or the kind of a stained glass looking kind of effect, and it's really brittle and it's 100% edible. So when I could fry up like a basil leaf, and then that could be easily broken up and people could eat it in their pasta. Also gives texture, it gives it color, nice bright green color. But that's it. I would make sure your capers are rinsed. I would rinse your even olives. Please, 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 please be very careful with your salt content, because you have olives, you have olives, you have capers, you have things that are salty, briny things. And then, a lot of times people will finish it with a little bit of fresh grated Parmesan cheese, and that also adds some salt content. So it could potentially be like a salt lick, a salt bomb in your mouth if you're not careful, especially with your salty water, your salt or your, you just need to manage all of those things. Does that make sense? And then plus, think about what else you're eating it with. You've got the focaccia, right? And you usually sprinkle what on top of the focaccia? Salt crystals or salt and, all of that. So you have a lot of salt from the bread as well, correct? So it can be a very salty day if you're not careful. Does everybody follow that?
Yeah, chef.
Yeah, sure.
And that's it. I mean, there is nothing else. I mean, it's those two things, that need to get, the pasta needs to be made and rolled out and cooked, and then the puttanesca sauce needs to be made, and then you just basically plate up your panna cotta and finish up your focaccia. Make sure that you get those good dimples. Use your fingers and get those good dimples and sprinkle rosemary or whatever. Now, if some people like to use, let's say you want to use sun-dried tomatoes. My suggestion, do not use don't put dried sun-dried tomatoes all over there. What you need to do is you need to hydrate those a little bit and put them in warm water so they soften up a little bit. So when you bake it, it doesn't burn because they're already dried, right? And if you put it on it and then it cooks more, it dries out more, and they typically burn. So you got to be very careful. If you put onions on it, I wouldn't put raw onions, but I wouldn't put if you put caramelized onions, I usually put caramelized onions on closer to the end. Once the bread is almost done, you can sprinkle some caramelized onions or whatever else on there, if you want to. But anything, just be very careful on whatever it is. It could potentially burn on top. So be aware of that. Questions, problems, concerns about anything?
None here, chef.
Rock and roll, guys. Well, why don't y'all finish it up, put the pictures on the portal, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one, chef.
See y'all, and I will have this posted in probably, it took me until 7 yesterday. I don't know. I've got AT&T coming out on Monday to check my internet. So it was taking me a little longer to post the videos. So I'm sorry for that, but I'm trying to get it resolved. Y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.